Welcome to Manila, the capital of the Philippines. It's a city of contrast and culture, modern skyscrapers beside Spanish-era churches, and big malls just steps from busy street markets. In Makati, you'll see stylish cafes and fast-paced life. In local Ukay-Ukay shops, you can find vintage clothes, unique pieces, and amazing deals. Manila is bright, bold, and full of stories waiting to be discovered. So let's get started. Our journey to the Philippines begins here, high above the clouds. Looking out the window, I see endless sky and sunlight, and I can already feel the excitement of discovering something new. As the plane begins to descend, the islands come into view, green landscapes, winding rivers, and the sprawling city of Manila. We're finally arriving. The wheels touch down, and the warm tropical light fills the cabin. I smile. I've made it. Stepping off the plane, the humidity hits me right away. It's like the air itself is welcoming me. Inside the airport, it's busy but organized. Travelers move quickly, airport staff give friendly directions, and signs in both English and Tagalog guide the way. Outside, the heat is stronger, and people are lining up for taxis and buses. But I go straight to my phone and open the Grab app, the easiest way to get around here. Within a few minutes, my ride arrives. The driver greets me with a smile, helps with my bags, and I hop into the car. As we pull away from the airport, the city starts to unfold before my eyes, chaotic, colorful, and full of life. This is Manila, and this is just the beginning. The driver I met this time seemed to love Japan. Believe it or not, his gear shift was shaped like a samurai sword. He said he bought it online. It was seriously cool. On one side of the road, tall modern buildings stood proud, their glass walls shining under the afternoon sun. They looked sleek and futuristic, like something out of a business district in any global city. But just across the street, I saw a completely different world. Small family-run shops, weathered churches from the Spanish era, and colorful houses with laundry hanging from the balconies. It was a mix of old and new, tradition and change, all coexisting in a single moment. We passed through crowded markets where vendors were selling fresh fruits, grilled snacks, and local street food. The smells of barbecue, spices, and sweet desserts filled the air. People walked in every direction, some laughing, some rushing, some just enjoying the day. Motorbikes zipped past us, weaving between cars, while jeepneys slowed down to pick up passengers. The traffic moved slowly, but I didn't mind. It gave me more time to take it all in. There were schools tucked between office buildings, and shopping malls just a few blocks from quiet neighborhoods. It felt like the city was packed with layers, each one telling a different story. As we got closer to Makati, the skyline began to change. Skyscrapers reached higher, the roads got wider, and palm trees lined the sidewalks. Trendy cafes and modern shops popped up more often, and people in office clothes moved quickly through the streets. It felt like the city was shifting gears, from casual to corporate, from local to global, and yet still keeping its Manila charm. Finally, we pulled up to the hotel. It looked clean, simple, and right in the center of everything. A great place to rest, explore, and feel the city's pulse. This short ride gave me more than just a transfer. It gave me a first taste of Manila's heart. And I already know, this is only the beginning. I'm now here at Edsa Station, one of Metro Manila's busiest train stops. Our first stop today is a small Ukay-Ukay shop on a quiet street in Manila. At first glance, it looks simple, but I can already feel that something interesting is inside. As I step through the door, I'm surrounded by racks and racks of clothes. Shirts, jackets, jeans, bags, all packed tightly together, like a fashion jungle waiting to be explored. The smell of old fabric and the soft hum of electric fans fill the air. It's not a fancy boutique, but it's full of character and full of surprises. I begin browsing, slowly sliding hangers one by one. Each piece feels different. A 90s style windbreaker, a retro polo shirt, even a vintage varsity jacket, all mixed together. Many clothes are still in great shape, some even have original price tags. There are brands I recognize from Japan, the US, and Europe, and all for local prices. Then I spot it, a genuine Ralph Lauren shirt, just sitting there like a hidden treasure. Only a few hundred pesos. That's about $5. Deals like this are what make Ukay-Ukay so exciting. The shop is small, but the variety is huge. You never know what you'll find, and that's the fun. People around me are carefully checking sizes, laughing with friends, and holding up the lucky finds. It feels more like an adventure than just shopping. After 20 minutes of searching, I pick out 3 pieces that I really love. A vintage graphic tee, a light denim shirt, and that Ralph Lauren shirt I couldn't resist. All of it costs less than 1,000 pesos. That's a great haul, stylish, affordable, and one of a kind. As I leave the shop with my bag in hand, I feel proud, like I've just discovered something others missed. Ukay-Ukay isn't just second-hand shopping. It's a hunt, a story, and a style all your own. And this was only our first stop. After leaving the first Ukay-Ukay, I headed toward the nearest train station. The sun was high, and the streets were full of life, people walking, food carts on corners, and the sound of traffic in the background. I passed small shops, students in uniforms, and workers on their lunch break. Manila during the day is always moving. I've just arrived at the station, and now it's time to ride. The platform buzzes with energy, footsteps echo, trains pull in and out, and announcements call out in Tagalog and English. There's a warm breeze, and the sun glints off the rails. People are lining up, chatting, checking their phones. It's busy, but there's a rhythm to it. And then, I hear it, the sound of the train approaching. Doors slide open with a soft chime, and I step inside. It's clean, bright, and cool. A quick break from the heat outside. Just got off at Shaw Boulevard Station. That's the fancy Shangri-La Mall over there, but we're heading to Star Mall, more local, more budget-friendly, and full of surprises. The second Ukay-Ukay we visited had a completely different vibe, and I loved it right away. It was brighter, more open, and full of color. Right at the entrance, racks were overflowing with shirts, all shapes, sizes, and patterns. The best part, almost everything was super cheap. I started with the t-shirt section, and it was like diving into a pool of personality. There were graphic tees with vintage logos, old band shirts, funny phrases, and designs I've never seen before. Some looked like they came straight from the 90s or early 2000s. The kind of stuff that's back in style now. And the prices? Unbelievable. I picked up one with a cool faded print, only 80 pesos. That's less than $2. You could build a whole new wardrobe here for the price of a coffee back home. Then I moved to the dress shirt section, button-ups, flannels, short sleeves, long sleeves, rows and rows of options. Some were simple, clean, and ready for daily wear. Others had bold prints and retro patterns. One light blue Oxford shirt caught my eye. It fit perfectly, looked brand new, and cost just 120 pesos. That's about $2.50. How is that even possible? And what makes it even more fun is the hunt. You never know what's hiding behind the next hanger. You might pull out a basic white tee, or you might discover a limited edition vintage piece. It's this surprise factor that makes shopping at Ukay-Ukay feel more like a game than a task. The shop was filled with people, some digging through piles, others holding shirts up to the light, checking for hidden gems. There was laughter, music playing from a small speaker, and the kind of buzz that made you want to stay longer. Even if you're not a big shopper, it's hard not to smile in a place like this. I ended up picking out 3 amazing t-shirts and 2 dress shirts, all for under 500 pesos total. That's around $10 for 5 great pieces. It's not just about saving money, it's about finding something unique, something that tells a story. Walking out of the store, my bag was light, but my mood was high. Ukay-Ukay shopping is full of surprises, and this second stop definitely didn't disappoint. If you love fashion, or even just a good deal, this is a place that'll leave you smiling.